Get out there. See ya. Bye. Hi there, Pete, the muscle technician. Today I wanted to talk about other modalities in their approach to back pain. I've been in the massage, soft tissue business for 18 years. So started off with the very basics of remedial massage, and then sort of moved up to sports, and then did some roll fin and other myofascial work, and then I got involved. Then I did Steve Lockhart's myotherapy course, and that sort of brought everything that I learnt in a simplified manner, but still very, very deep and very comprehensive, and really good results. So it's interesting when people come to see me that have had chronic back pain or neck pain or knee pain, and they've been to other modalities like chiropractors, osteopaths, physiotherapists, and I always ask, what they did, what their approach was, from the start to the finish, and how many times they saw them, and how long were the treatments, so it's interesting that some of those modalities overcomplicate a situation. So instead of looking simply at where the imbalances are in the body, like for instance, when someone comes in to see me, I put them on the table face down and have a look at their leg length and look to see if there's any difference in the left or right side of the body. Simple, very sort of logical. And so from there you can sort of work out, okay, well look, the right leg's a little bit short, you're really bunched here on the left side of the back or the right shoulder, so let's try and lengthen that out and take some pressure off and get the circulation flowing around. So, simple things often work the best. Whereas, some people, there's some other practitioners, their approach is more complicated. They do a lot of muscle testing. So they'll test, the strength of one side or the balance of one side, and they say, okay, well, you're weak here on the right side, so let's strengthen it up, right? But sometimes when you muscle test, if a muscle's tight and contracted, it's gonna be weak. So you get a false read, and so you're building strength on all this shortness and contraction, and it just causes further irritation. At first it might feel okay, but you're not really getting rid of the problem. It's just sort of being hidden by all this strength work you do. So the simple approach is often better. So if you have back pain, if you've been suffering for a while and you've been seeing physios or osteos or chiros that you really aren't getting results from, then maybe look at some deep tissue massage. Now, if you're not near someone that does the SLM, the Steve Lockhart myotherapy, then look at ask your deep tissue person to treat the body as a whole. The back muscles are key. Those two erector spinal muscles that run either side of your spine, round the hips, around those glute medius and minimus muscles that stabilize the hips, and also when they're tight, put a lot of pressure on your back. Your quad muscles, when they're tight, they really rotate that pelvis forward. They can do one side or both sides. So they need to be worked on and really lengthened out and make sure all the tension's out of them. They can really get really hard and short, and contracted. So they need to be worked. So simple things work well if they're done right, and if they're done thoroughly and correctly, you'll get great results. So the other thing that amazes me is some of the other treatments, from other modalities, and I don't want to bag other modalities, but it's just, what I see coming in and what works for and what doesn't work, But the 5-minute, 15-minute treatment is like, it doesn't work. Like, how can you spend, if someone's got chronic pain, how can you spend 5 to 15 minutes with them by just working on one side of the body or one spot where they're feeling the pain and expect a lasting result? That's why you have to go in and see those therapists, 2 or 3 times a week. Why don't they just spend an hour with you once a week, and do a thorough job, and you'll get a better result. Whereas, you got to go in 2 or 3 times a week, make the time, make the effort to go in and see them, and you just don't get a good result. So an hour session that's thorough, that's working the body as a whole, that's really balancing things up and taking pressure off the areas that you're feeling the pain is the way to go. Over the years, especially since I've done Steve Lockhart's course, I'm amazed at how like the simplicity of it and how it can change people's body and take away pain in a very short space of time. So if you're suffering and there's no SLM myotherapist near you, get on Steve's website and have a look at his self-help programs. He's got some great self-help programs. My website, themuscletechnician.com.au, I've got some good self-massage videos there and some corrective exercises that you can do. So there is a lot of help, but keep it simple. Another thing is hydration. If you're dehydrated, your body's going to be tight and stiff and sore and sensitive. So you need to get hydrated. 2 to 3 litres of water a day. Making sure you go into the toilet, doing a wee about 10 times a day, and then it's nice and clear. If your wees are yellow to orange, you're dehydrated, your body's going to be tight, your digestion is going to be terrible, and that's going to put more pressure on your back. So very important. I don't believe protein has a big deal with the way your body feels. Just eat lots of good food, lots of whole foods. Try and stay away from processed foods, and really get your your digestion going, so your bowels are being emptied, so it's not putting pressure on the lower back. So if you need any help, send me an email, comment below. And there's plenty of help out there, but look for the simple approach. Simple is always best. Look at all those things in nature that are simple. They're awesome. Simple inventions are awesome. So don't be fooled by the complication, by signing up to some sort of year-long treatment protocol that consists of 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Look at the simple approach. Hope that helps. See you next time. Bye.